Kitkats can read. Hello everybody, my name is Katie. Welcome to another video, and today I'm bringing you guys my April TBR. So this time I'm switching it up a bit. I'm still using my World of Kitkats board. However, I have made some additions that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So new to this month, we have a monthly TBR pot. It's a random pot, and it literally has all the books here, random mixture of all the books that are in this room, of mostly books that I want to read, to be honest. There's not a lot of books in here that I do not want to read. So literally it's just like rereads, books I really want to read, the series that are here that I want to read. Pretty much that's all that's in here. So these are like books I want to read. So they're in a monthly little TBR jar. And then the really exciting addition is this. This is a small little grab machine that I had at my nan's. I bought it from a website. I think it was called iwantoneofthose.com. I'm not sure if it's still around, but you can get these online in all sorts of different shapes and forms. But originally it came, and the idea is that you put sweets in it, so you grab a sweet out just to make it a bit more fun before you eat a sweet. But this time I have given it a clean. I've made sure it still works, and then from Amazon managed to purchase the actual small little balls in order for this actual grabber to grab them. So basically inside each and every one of these balls, the colours don't correspond to anything. They are just books I don't want to read and books I want to read and top books of the year. Like, that is it. So it's a lucky dip really. And basically how I've worked it out this time is that the colour cats for World of Kitkats will correspond to either grab machine, monthly TBR, rereads, and I'm bringing the golden eggs in a couple of times as well because we have not had the kittens pick any books in a while. So I've also added that into the mix as well, and also review books too. So really excited to share my TBR with you and to play World of Kitkats. So with World of Kitkats, I'm just going to quickly reveal to you the colours that I have changed them all to. So red is grab machine, pink is for a currently reading book, blue is for a golden egg, purple is for a reread, yellow is for a review book, orange is for monthly TBR pot, green is for the grab machine, black is for currently reading, grey is for golden egg, and cream, this one I'm really excited about, I've added a free choice, because with all of these, with the grab machine as a randomizer, and also the golden eggs and the monthly TBR pot, I just want to add one that if I do land on it, that I get to pick a book that I want to read that month myself. So I feel like this is just great. That way I won't slump, and if there is a book that I really want to read that month, whether it's a buddy read, whether it's a read for myself, whether it's a group read or whatever, then I can put that onto the list. Now onto the game. Hello and welcome to World of Kitkats. This is going to be April's edition. So without further ado, we will continue on from the position that we left off on in March, which was the yellow cat. We've got our little book figure right here that we're going to use. So as always, I'm going to roll the dice to see how many books we're going to be reading in the month of April. Will fate be nice to us, or will it challenge us? That is what will be decided in these two blue dice. Drum roll! And we have gone off camera, but I can assure you by just turning very slightly over here that the dice is a 6 there. So we have a 6, 7, 8 and a 9. So for April we have 9 books. Now we are going to roll for our first book. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. We have landed on a pink cat. Pink cat will be clipped onto the board as our first book. So for the pink cat that came up as the first one. Pink goes to currently reading. So I've got a massive list of currently reading books, and I was honestly umming and ahhing about which one to go for. There was either a really big book or a contemporary, but with having 9 books come out of the World of Kitkats board, I was thinking, okay, it's really difficult because I do want to read the really big book, but there are already really big books on this TBR already, which you will find out. So for this one, I have put I'll Be the One by Lala Lee, which I started in March. There was a BTS readathon. This was a group book. I did start this. I am on chapter 7, page 66. I was flying through this book. It's quite easy, so you know, this will just be like something easy to get through, quickly read, hopefully. So this is the one I'm putting for the first pink Kit Kat. Second roll. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another cat on the board. We have a red kitty. Welcome to the grab machine in all its glory. Inside this grab machine we have different colour balls, but there is a mixture in there. Mixture of books that I don't want to read, mixture of series, mixture of the 10 books on my 2021 TBR that I would like to get read in the year, and some books I really want to read. So this is a complete gamble. I have no idea what's in each and every one of them. I don't know. I haven't paid any attention to the colours, so this is a lucky dip. So we're gonna give it a go, and let's put the coin in. I don't know what one I'm gonna aim for. I think I'm just gonna roll with it. Let's just go here. Oh, well, that's good, isn't it? Alright, let's go here a bit then. Oh, we've got a red one. We have a red ball. Shall we see what is inside the red ball? Inside the red ball, the book that has come out is, oh fuck, Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. Oh fuck. And then for the red grab machine that came out, we had Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, which is my first ever book haul right here. So I did have the first book in paperback when I did the haul, but a few years later someone was selling the whole set of these hardbacks for really cheap. So of course I'm a hardback person, so I had to get it. So yeah, but Game of Thrones still is on my first ever book haul. Maybe this is the month to actually start this at least. I want to actually begin it, even if I read a few chapters. So obviously it's a sign because it came out of the grab machine. There was probably like, I don't know, 50 balls in there, and this is the one that came out. So maybe it's fate, who knows. But yeah, Game of Thrones came out. Oh man, just, it's the month of big books. Now we roll for our third book. We have a 5 and a 1, which is 6. An orange cat. Orange cat goes onto the board. Third book is an orange cat. Onto our first orange cat, which corresponded to monthly TBR pot. So basically this is a pot for the month, and inside this pot it contains all books that are in my TBR cart, reread books that I've got on the side, books that I really want to read on the side, some series, and a couple of random books in there as well. But these are mostly books that I really do want to read. So it's a random choice in a little pot. There's loads in there. So we've had 2 orange cats come out for this month. So I'm really excited to share with you what we're going to pick out. So first one, I'm going to dig deep and go to the bottom and pick one from the bottom, like so. We've got a red one here, and this red one it's for Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. So it's a book that's in the Shadowhunters series, and if a series book comes up, then I will literally link this towards a book that's in the series, like the next book in the series for me to read. So this will be going towards the Bane Chronicles, I believe, is the next one I've got to read for this. So this is like a substitute for that. Then we had the Orange Cat, and that was from the monthly TBR pot, and what came out was a Shadowhunter series book, Lord of Shadows, but I'm not up to there yet. So the way I'm doing the series is if a later book in the series comes out, then I will read the next book in line. So I'm really excited that a Shadowhunter book came out, actually, because I've been really wanting to continue on with it all, especially Clockwork Princess, you know. So I'm reading these in like publication order. That's the order that I'm reading them in. So the next one in line is the Bane Chronicles. I've literally got a list on my phone just so that it helps me, honestly. So this is Cassandra Clare, series Brennan, Maureen Johnson. It's a compilation of short stories based around Mr. Bane himself, my literal favourite character from the series. So I'm really excited to read these short stories about him, and yeah, I'm hoping that I do really enjoy it. But yeah, I'm really excited that this is on my April TBR, and I'm looking forward to this. Rolling now for book number 4. We have a 6, 7 and an 8. We have landed on a blue cat. A cat going onto our clipboard just here. Now we are going to go onto the golden eggs. And with the golden eggs, this is where we will get my cats to choose the next book. So I'm literally gonna pour these eggs on the sofa. You're next to a clip of the cats, and the first one that one of them bats is the golden egg choice.
Wanna play? You can play now. Come on, Universe, and come on, Nothingness. Time to play the golden egg game. We have 1 kitty, 2 kitty. First egg to bat, Luna. Luna, with this one over here. Just this is the egg, and the egg is, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? It's gonna be Angelful by Susan E.
Then we had a blue, which was a golden egg, and the golden egg that Luna picked was Angelful by Susan E. I did read the first chapter of this like last year, but I'm going to start again from the beginning again. I've had this for such a long time. It is on my first year's book haul list, so it would be good to get it read as well. It's the first book in the series, and yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. The first chapter, when I read this, I was intrigued by it, so yeah, this, you know, I'm actually glad that this came out. Rolling for book number 5. We have 2 2s, so we have a 4. We have landed on a treat your shelf. So I've got here a treat your shelf token just here, which I'm going to just clip onto the board here at the bottom half, so that we know that we have got that token. Rolling again for our 5th book choice. We have 5 and a 4, which is 9. We start again on the red, so red will clip onto the board just here. Now on to number 2. Okay, I'll try and go a bit more left this time, although The pile is very high, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh my gosh, the pile is so high it can't even like open. Let's try going here. Okay, I can get it here. Oh, we've got a different colour. Come to me, almighty ball. We have here a green ball. Let's see what's inside Mr. Green Ball, shall we? So this one is, oh, it's a currently reading book, so this is really, really handy. So the book that's come out is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. It's a currently reading book that I started last year, was quite enjoying, and I never got around to finishing. Then we had a red cat, and for that one it goes to the grab machine again, and from the grab machine, as you would have seen, we had The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. So as you can see, I am dent through, and luckily I can still remember like pretty much everything that went on in this book. So it is a currently reading book, and I'm on chapter 12, 172. I was really enjoying this book last year. I do have the audiobook of it as well, so I'm glad that this came up because it means that I can get a currently reading book from last year read and completed. Plus, continuing on with this book, I just kept on putting it down for readathons and stuff, and plus moving and everything, so it all got a bit crazy, but I'm looking forward to continuing on with that book again. Rolling now for cat number 6. We have a 4 and a 2. We have a 6. We've landed on a green cat. We haven't had a green one yet. So we'll clip number 6, green cat, onto the board. Now onto our third and final grab from the machine. What colour should I try for? Maybe like a purple? We haven't gone for any of them yet. Let's try and go for one of these. Oh, we got one. Brilliant. Hey! We have the purple ball. And we've got another blue bit of paper, but still, that means nothing to me. I have no idea what it's going to be. Ooh, nice! I am happy with this one. I'm really happy this has come out. So, our third and final grab machine is Sapphire Blue by Kirsten Gear. This is the second book that is in the trilogy of Ruby Red. Was the first book. I'm really excited about this one because this means continuing on with it, and oh, I love the first book so much. So yeah, I'm really happy with that one. So we've had a mixture today. We've had a book I didn't want to read, a currently reading book, and a book that I do want to read. Then we had a green cat, which also goes towards grab machine, and what came out is a book that I'm really excited, and I'm so happy that it came out. That is Sapphire Blue by Kirsten Gear. This is the second book in the Ruby Red trilogy. I loved the first book so much. There is a movie out of it called Rue and Rot, and there is a dub version. I did watch it on YouTube, and I ended up buying the DVD with the dub on it, but the dub is really good. Like, you know when like some TV shows, movies, they just dub really well that you don't even notice that there's like much of a difference between like an actual language and the actual dub. Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, this is continuation from it. I still remember everything from the first book, luckily, and I'm really excited to continue. It's a time travel novel, and it's really good, and yeah, I'm super excited to finally have this. Because when I picked up some books when I was sorting out my bit boxes, this was one that I picked that I really wanted to read. So the fact that this has come out, I'm so excited to start it. Rolling for number 7 now. We have a 6 and a 2. So it's 8. We've landed on a purple cat. This is our first purple. So purple on the board. There we go. Then we have a purple cat, which goes towards a reread. So I've got a pile of books of rereads over there, and then I was also looking at my current reads. I want to try and get my currently reading pile down as much as I possibly can. So on this pile was a book that I started rereading last month but didn't actually get to continue on with it. So I'm pushing it forwards to April, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. This is the second book that is in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. So it's chunky, it's fat, so many people are reading this at the moment, and I thought it's perfect. I can reread this and then I can continue on the series, because I have a thing where I just stopped reading books in series and never continued, and I want to like just get back into like finishing series now. Like it's about time that I finish some series. So yeah, need to continue on with this, but I have to reread it. Some things I remember and they're starting to come to me as I like go through reading the book, but yeah, it's just refreshing my mind on this book. But I did enjoy it the first time around, but we shall see how I think about it like as I go along, because it's been a few years since I read this one. So then we're going to roll for number 8. We have a 4 and a 3. We have a 7. A cream cat. Clipping our 8th book on the line. Then we go into cream, which, oh man, just free choice. I'm so glad that I put the free choice on, because I was gonna leave it blank, but then I literally remembered that I had a library book, and I also am going to be buddy reading this along with Rosie. Whether we finish it in the month of April, don't know. It's a massive book, so it could be April, possibly May as well. We'll see. I've got this until like the 22nd of April, so as long as like nobody else requests this, I could like continue on with it by extending my loan of it, because it is such a big book. And that is To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. This is actually the first library book that I've had in probably a couple of years maybe, and also the first one that I have reserved since the whole lockdown. Like I've not been reserving any library books, and it wasn't until like, I don't know, I was just thinking about the library and stuff and when it was going to open, and then Tree Aaron from Booked and Busy, I think that's her channel, she was just raving about this book as she was reading it during a live sprint, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna see if my library has it. It is £12 something on Amazon, but I was like, you know what, if my library's got it, it's a £1 reserve fee, let's just give it a go. It sounds really, really good. It is an adult sci-fi. It's huge. It's got like over 800 pages, but I'm actually really excited because it sounds really good, and I need to read more sci-fi. So yeah, this is going to be my free choice. I'm really looking forward to reading it. I'm actually really, really excited already that I've got it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to buddy reading it as well. Then for our final roll, we're gonna roll. Let's see what comes up. Got a 5 and a 2. Got a 7 and an orange cat. That is our 9th and final cat for the clipboard, and here are all the cats that we've got today. Gonna give it a little shake just to mix it up a bit, and then move them around a little just to make it a bit more exciting. Alright, this time we're going to pick one from the top. So I'm shutting my eyes, believe it or not. I have no idea. I've got here a blue one. So let's see what this one is. We have got a Throne of Glass book here, Empire Stores by Sarah J Maas, which means I'll be reading the next book in the Throne of Glass series, exactly the same as this. It will go back into the pot. I'll write a bit of paper with that on, so I know those are the ones I'm reading from the pot. And the next Throne of Glass book that I am on is Heir of Fire, which is really, really exciting. And then finally we had an orange cat, which was the monthly TBR pot, and a book came out in the Throne of Glass series, and so I went with the next book in line. I have reread the first 2 books over the past couple of years, so I'm all fresh, and I'm going to continue on with Heir of Fire by Sarah J Maas. 2 Sarah J Maas books in both of her series on this month, like what? But I'm really, really in the mood for it now, so hopefully I enjoy this. This is a chunky book as well, Heir of Fire. I remember starting it a few years ago, never continued on with it because of my series strange thing. So yeah, I've got this now, really excited, and I'm looking forward to reading it. And this is the position that we are ending in April, and the position that we will begin in the month of May. Now on to what book I chose for the Treat Your Shelf. So the third book in the From Blood and Ash series by Jennifer Armentrout comes out in April. I'm literally waiting to see if they release a physical book, because at the moment on the UK Amazon it's just audiobook and Kindle book. I have ordered both because I've got some credits on my Audible, so I've ordered the audiobook and I've got the Kindle book. If they do release a physical book, then I will cancel the Kindle book and I'll purchase the physical release, because obviously I prefer physical and I want to have them all in physical. So at the moment I've just got the Kindle, but that is the book. It comes out in April and I'm pre-ordering it, so I'm using the pre-order for that. When I was literally looking at the books in my wish list and thinking of like what to spend it on, I was like, I could consult the jar that I've got as well if I literally can't decide on anything, but this book is the one that came to mind. The very next section we're going to choose for our TBR is the scratch off card. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll place a video down below of how I created this scratch card. And basically under each and every one of these scratch hearts there is a popular book. We have had one already scratched off just here, which is The Knife of Never Letting Go. So now that it's the new month, I'm going to be scratching off another number. So this time I'm going to be using random.org. I've got the generator here, so we're going to watch and generate the number I'm going to scratch off. So it says here the result is number 2, so we are going to scratch off number 2 and see what book is under the number 2. So underneath number 2 we had Clockwork Princess, and I have already read that, so we're going to have to generate another number. So this is really good. It means that a number scratched off and I've already read the actual book. So we're going to generate the number again between the numbers of 1 and 50, and you will get to see the result with me. So generate the number 29 there, so now we'll scratch off 29 just here. Strange Angels is number 29. That is the book that I'm going to attempt to read during the month of April. And then we got my scratch off popular board, and we scratched off the first number and that came off as Clockwork Princess, which I read in March, and now we are scratching off another number, and the book that came out, I literally dragged it out of the shed. That is Strange Angels by Lily St. Crow. This was popular at the time and I've literally got, I think, the whole series actually. So it is a book that I've owned for a few years. I'm really excited to read it. This was actually a book because I was looking at like popular books on Goodreads. I was looking at some lists and this was on a list on there, so yeah, I remember like it being quite popular. So yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to think about it, but hopefully I do enjoy this popular book. And then finally we've got the Reads Like a Kit Kat book that I'm revealing to you in this video. It is revealed on Twitter as well as on the Goodreads group, but I'm officially releasing it to you YouTube people, and it's going to be The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I had loads of people actually vote. I think over 20 people voted, which to me I feel like it's a lot, and I was just like and it changed so much. At one point one book was winning, at one point this book was winning, and then there was a tie at another point, and then for the last few days this was like leading. And I'm really excited that it's come up because I've owned it for a long time as well, but lately everybody seems to be like reading it, probably because of the new release that's come out this year. But I'm really excited. Now probably is the good time to start it as well because of the new release. You can read this, the next book, the one after, and so on and so forth, and catch up with the series. But I'm really excited about this, but I know it's about a clairvoyant so I'm looking forward to it. It is an adult book as well. Look at me getting adult books on the TBR. But I'm really excited to read it, and I hope you guys can pick this book up to read along with us during the month of April. You've literally just got the whole month of April to give it a read, and then we can like chat about it and stuff. On the Goodreads page there is a link where you can chat about the book there, and on Twitter that, you know, you can like tweet what you feel about the book as well using the hashtag read like a Kitkat, and we can like discuss the book together and stuff. But eventually I'm planning on doing a like live show like near the end of the month or beginning of the next month sort of thing to discuss the book with you guys. And I'm also planning on doing my live reading sprints, which at the moment are on a Tuesday because I've been working on Mondays, but there will be a set day once I get fully back into work, I promise you, where I will be doing a live sprint on my day off that's mostly going to be for reading the monthly book that we're going to be reading together, and we can kind of like discuss a bit together in the live as well, like how we're feeling about the book so far and everything as well. So I think that would be really, really exciting as well to do that. So yeah, that's really awesome. At the current time of filming, it is the 25th of March, so we've still got like just under a week left of the month to get some books read. But I just want to quickly mention some currently reading books, if I am still currently reading them. So I've got The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I am chapter 6, page 56 in this. It is a chunky book, so I'm currently reading this in the moment, as well as A Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This is the Read Like a Kit Kat book for March and February as well, because it was meant to be February by COVID, so I couldn't like do anything about it, and then I extended it to March as well. I am really enjoying both of these books actually. They're really, really different. Got a witch hunter and a witch, and this one's a dystopian novel about all males can hear each other's thoughts and everyone's thoughts, and it's known as The Noise. Yeah, it's like a dystopian, so like both different books, but I'm reading both of those at the moment. So my TBR is looking pretty huge. When I rolled the dice, 9 came out, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, how on earth? How on earth? But I've got a bit of a reading bug at the moment. I am enjoying like everything that I'm reading and stuff, so fingers crossed that this continues for April and that I can get some of these read. I'm really excited by a lot of these books actually. I'm daunted by a couple of them, but there are loads of books on this list that I'm just like, oh my goodness, where am I going to start, you know? Where do I start with some of these? So that might be the difficult thing of like, where do I start in April? But yeah, we shall see. Like, I'll have to do like a little random picking of like what I choose. I don't know, like what I'm gonna do, like if that's the case. I just see, like, because my mood changes all the time, maybe come like April I'll be like, oh, let's read this one sort of thing. I just want to say, as a massive disclaimer to this whole like TBR game, World of Kitkats is a TBR game that I've created myself. Of course, there's loads of other booktubers that have created their own games, or they use other board games, like for example the Bookopoly or the Candyland, Trivial Pursuit. You know, every board game is literally used in TBR games. So this really is a credit to everybody who creates a TBR game or who adapts a TBR game from a board game sort of thing. So just want a disclaimer for that. And also for the elements that I've got in here, lots of people use like TBR jars these days, and you know, that would be like for my little monthly cup. And also I know that some people do use grab machines as part of their TBR. I know there is a booktuber called Emma Novella, I'll link her channel down below. She uses a little rocket one that's kind of like Toy Story styled, and she calls it TP Arcade. It's pretty. She give her a watch and she's got little prompt cards that go along with it. This is just simply a grab machine that I've had for years. I found it in my nan's and I just had this sudden idea of like, why don't I like incorporate that by using it for my TBR as like a little element. So yeah, so I just wanted to give a quick disclaimer to other booktubers who I have seen do some things, and also I will link down below other channels that do like Bookopoly, the Trivial Pursuit, and play cards right like Gavin plays and Candyland and all that sort of stuff. I'll link some channels down below of people who do TBR games, but just want a disclaimer in this video where I'm actually announcing that I'm going to be using these extra elements, that other people do use them as well, and I just want to credit some amazing people. That, my friends, is my April TBR. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you guys have really liked the additions that I've made with the randomised pot of books that I want to read and the grab machine of like my books that I want to read this year, books that I don't really want to read and not keen on at the moment, and also rereads as well as current reads. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. All of my social media links, as always, are linked down below in the description if you'd like to follow me elsewhere. Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads. I've got my gaming channel down there as well, my gaming YouTube, Twitch, as well as my gaming Twitter. If you like video games, if you like watching video games, then that's down there below as well. I've literally just started it up. I'm really excited about that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Keep spurning, keep reading, be happy, and most importantly, please stay safe. My name is Katie and I'll see all of you wonderful awesome people in my next video. Bye.